Okay, Engineer Okoro. Okay.
We are playing politics with agriculture.
So we have a break coming up in a few minutes, and you have really covered a lot of angles to this one question. But very quickly, and I'd like you to keep the answer to this as short as possible. These factors that you have mentioned, connected to cost of production, transportation, and all of that, we've had these challenges for quite some time. We've always had these problems. But the hike in the price of a bag of rice to 80-something naira, 80-something thousand rather, these problems, but the price is changing, even though it is the same problem.
In line with the 40,000 bag of rice, this rice was not produced in Nigeria. This is a capital flight approach. This rice was produced overseas, where their farmers are giving single-digit loans to produce it, and government encourage them by providing a mechanized machine that will allow them to produce this. That's why they sold to our government at a very cheap rate, and they bring it there. Let them tell us how much. If really they want to do something, how much was it? That rice that selling 40,000 naira produced in Thailand or other part of the country, Asia, where they bought it. They should tell us, so that from there they should not learn why they were able to sell it at 40,000. If it was produced at the rate and at the condition we are seeing the farmers in Nigeria, I don't think they will be able to sell that 40,000 naira. And in this 40,000 naira, at the same time, I look at it as the way they have settled some of their political loyalists who have gone to outside the country to buy this product, and now it's 40,000. Let them tell us the cost of production there and the landing cost, and what the country where they buy this thing to their farmers to enable them buy it at that amount and now start selling it at 40,000. We want to know that thing.
Okay. Well, Engineer Okoro, we would stick to the facts, at least what we can substantiate. But we have just a minute before the break. And I'd like to ask, how will this, if this is eventually implemented, because people are waiting to receive the rice, how will it affect the price of rice in the market if the government sells at 40,000?
Well, how it will affect the cost of it will not force the people that are exploiting the trader that is already exploiting fire. They will not, it will force them to start reducing the cost of their own, because their own will be summer, because according to law of demand and supply, you will not see where price is cheap and you go to where price is high. So they will go to government outlets and buy, because you will also save money to some other food stores. The rice is not the only problem. So we have other things like Gary and all the rest of it. But they have come for rice. They should do it for Gary. They should do it for beans and other food stores. So that we now know that they have started a very creative approach to stop high cost of food this thing. So as the merchandise that are using these opportunities of hunger to exploit people, they can now afford their own cost of food at their various stores in the various markets in Nigeria.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Engineer Okoro. That's as much as we can take from you. We have a break coming up now, and after that, I'll be speaking with you, the listener, about what the government is doing to very likely avert the protest. Please stay with us.
of the demands that the protesters are making are actually being addressed by the federal government. And therefore, it is the view of government that there is really no need for the protest again. The president is already protesting on their behalf by doing those things that they want government to do. For example, the effort that government is making in ensuring that food is being made available. There is also rice that is being sold at about 50% of its cost. A bag of rice is being sold as we speak now. This rice have been taken to various centers across all the states of the Federation and is being sold at 40,000 naira. Centers have been created so that those who need this rice can go there and buy this rice at 40,000 naira.
Welcome back. It still is the morning crossfire right here on 92.3 Nigeria Info. The words and voice of the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, stating that the government has created centers across the country where Nigerians, that would be you and I, can purchase 50 kg bags of rice at 40,000 naira. Now, is this a strategy by the federal government to avert the protest? Yes, it is, because he clearly said it, that there is no need for Nigerians to protest because now we can get rice at a cheaper rate. Now, I spoke to my guest, Engineer Okoro, a couple of minutes ago, and he talked about the pricing of rice, the factors of production, why it is currently expensive or exorbitant in the markets, and what this will do to the price of other food stuff. Now, my question to you is, what does the federal government need to do at this point to dissuade Nigerians from protesting? If you wake up, well, this is the day before the proposed protests. If things work according to the plan of those who have said they will protest, then they should be protesting tomorrow. So what will the federal government need to do with the available time to dissuade Nigerians, to convince them that there really is no need for a protest? The numbers to call are 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp is 080 903 06 416. We're live on Facebook and Twitter at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch as you listen and drop your comments on those platforms. Sam George says the government should do the needful. Is that needful I'm asking about? What is the needful? And Augustus Osadebe is asking, will the rice continue to be sold at the value after now? Well, I'm guessing only the minister can answer that question. Emmanuel is my first caller from Rumokuta. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Yeah, good morning, bro Sam.
Good morning.
The bag of rice is 40,000.
Yes.
What are the ingredients with which to cook it?
Emmanuel.
So they didn't mention that one.
It's rice that they told us about, Ima.
Okay. What of the cost of yam in the market and beans and gari?
Manuel, I'm sure you know that I don't have the answer to those questions. So let's get straight to business. What does the government need to do to dissuade Nigerians?
This was really a senseless idea. The citizens are frustrated. And this ban of 40,000, will it be permanent?
Oh my goodness.
If the strike is suspended by coming with the book that are there on the price of buying it, why are they deceiving the press this way? As people suffer and die every day. It's unfortunate.
All right, thank you, Emmanuel. It's quite clear that you did not give an answer to my question. But I understand your position. Mary calls from Bori. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother Chinedu.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right.
Yes, I greet your guests in the studio, and I appreciate her for all she has been able to put on ground. But let me put a quick answer to your question. For me, I just need three key things for the government to do. One, repair our refinery instantly.
Okay.
Two, looking at the devaluation of our currency. 3, electricity.
All right.
Because if number 1 is first attended to, now as they have been telling us that refinery will commence operation since December last year, getting to year up to date. If the refinery has started operation with crude oil from our backyard here, which will be sold for about 100 or 150 naira per liter, every price of every commodities will come down to the previous price we've been having before. And if our currency is looked into our exchange rate, that our currency keeps devaluing itself comparing to dollar, then if we can address those ones and add electricity, which are major rules, because this electricity will also drive one angle of the business of persons in this country, which has not been addressed. So if these 3 key areas is attended to, Nigeria is liberated.
All right. Thank you very much, Leighton Barry. JJ calls from Rumigbo. Good morning.
Yeah, Sam, good morning.
Good morning.
Sam.
Yep.
If I were the president,
okay,
that Minister of Agri, I would have sacked him now. Not even sack, fire.
Why?
I would sack him, fire him.
Why?
What is he talking about? Rice doing this and rice not doing that. Now, rice is the problem. What I think we should do, if it is returning to the subsidy regime and manage it very well, because I don't think that we are the ones that cause the subsidy corruption problem. Now, when they manage the whole thing, it's you that brought people that will run it and bring everything. At the time you told us the NFTC is doing under costing, under running, and all those put together, then at the end of the day, you blame the people who don't even know anything about it. You remove subsidy. And that was where this whole problem comes from. Now, what do? The National Assembly people said they are removing 50% of their salary. This one is doing this, this one is doing that. But it's not solving this problem. So, as far as I'm concerned, if you can solve transport problem, if you go to a place like, let's say, from Rumigbo to Shoba to buy the rice, how much will now be the cost at the time you get to Rumigbo?
Okay.
So, as far as I'm concerned, we are just scratching the surface of the whole problem. But our people also say that if you follow how something they scratch you, you may not know when you injure yourself.
Okay.
So that is why I will not want to support this protest. Let's take it easy on ourselves and take it easy on our economy, because what we will lose at the end of the day will be more than what we are fighting for. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, JJ. And these people always have a thing or two to say. Emeka calls from Emohua. Good morning, Emeka.
Yes, good morning, my brother.
Good morning.
Yes, I overheard you saying that federal government has slashed the price of rice. Hello?
Yes, I wasn't the one who said it. It's the Minister of Information. I just reported it.
Okay, Minister of Information.
Yeah.
My dear brother, it is too late for them to stop this protest by reducing the price of rice.
Okay.
The price of rice is our problem in this country.
So what's your problem?
What about the food? From I'm talking to you now at Choba. From Choba now to Rumola is 800 naira. So which country are we? So how can they be using the public? How can they be deceiving the public that you have reduced the price of rice to 40,000? Is it our problem? The protest, the people that want to do the protest, they will continue. See, after the protest, they now come back to round table to discuss it. There's no any strategy to stop it. The people have made up their mind to do it. So, reducing the price of bag of rice is immaterial. It's too late.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Emeka. I need to remind you of the question, even though some of the callers are answering it, but just for those who are on their way to be a part of this conversation. What does the federal government need to do to dissuade Nigerians from protesting? That's for those who have decided to do that. I have Bright calling from Eneka. Good morning, Bright. I've lost that call. And Matthew from Oyibo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to contribute towards the question that was asked.
That's the plan.
I believe federal government know what to do.
Remind them.
Because at the beginning, they removed the subsidy.
Okay.
If I were the president now, there are strategic things to do to reach to everybody.
Tell us.
Giving 50,000 to the youth will not solve anything. But if you reduce the price of fuel now, every man, every woman in Nigeria will benefit from it.
Okay.
And also, I know that reducing the price of electricity bill and other things, that the key things is what you do, not by giving us food of today. All this money, channel it to reduce the money of the fuel. People are suffering. All this money is the same people that are there that will eat the money. This is the country that our forefathers fought for. I don't know why the politicians of these days are just eating money, forgot what to do.
Okay.
This is not the right thing to do for Christ's sake. They know what to do. Now, Dangote filling station are supposed to produce. The man is crying because the people at the top don't want them to produce. How would the 50,000 solve the problem of this country? Now they want to protest. If before you know, they will bomb down the country.
No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen at all. Due to here in the media and as well-meaning citizens, even away from the studio, is to ensure that there's no breakdown of law and order. So that's a personal responsibility. I need to remind and say this as many times as possible. Those who are smarter than I am have said it, so I'm just going to reiterate. Nigerians have the right to protest. It is backed by the Constitution, but not a right to violent protest. It is the right to peaceful assembly. So if that intends to happen, it's important not to eliminate the peace factor from demonstrations. Lawrence Friday on Facebook says, I want to say that one major target the federal government is supposed to target at this time is putting down the measure to bring back fuel subsidy. That alone will cool the minds of protesters, not selling rice at whatever price they want to sell it. Interesting. And Sunday Asua says, Nigerians are not looking for short-term measures, but long-term. How many months or years are they going to do that? Enough of this. Woshi from Rumo Dumaya, good morning.
Thank you, my brother. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, when we talk about the solution, I think the strike is, protest is just tomorrow, which is very late. I think the only solution for this hardship and the problem we are suffering today is for the first subsidy to be returned.
Okay.
So that we can buy fuel at least 200-300 or 400 naira a liter. By so doing, the cost of transportation will be low. Then again is security. Most of our food comes from rural areas where they farm. And there is no security to protect the farmers in terms of harvesting what they have planted. So if all this thing is being done, it will help us. Now they say they are bringing rice, poor quality of rice. It's just like when they did palliative, you still had to mix all colors of beans and even mix rice together and share to people. Even when you bring back of rice for 40,000, rice that have been mixed with sand, all these things are the problem we are going to suffer, even when the rice is being brought for 40,000. So these are the issues. Thank you, Wishi Bright.
Oh, thank you, Wishi. We haven't seen the rice yet, but you're already convinced that it's not clean. Akanto from Bori, good morning.
Oracle, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I thank God for sustaining us the last day of this month.
Go ahead,
Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Though I lost my father-in-law this morning, but I will decide to talk because this issue is a burning issue ravaging the country. See, unfortunately, scholars have made so much statement about it. I think as a Democrat, and the Constitution gives us that right for protest, irrespective of affiliation, political affiliation, social affiliation. I know that I also support those who can protest without a revolutionary protest to call on the government about what the government is doing that is against good governance. What is a good governance? Every democratic setting must give governance to the people that is governing. So I am not against it. But to the what you said, the agenda you said this morning, Oracle, what should the government do? One, we are talking about the subsidy. They should do something about the subsidy. Go back to subsidy and ensure that that thing should be monitored, not to be hijacked by some cabal. You know, in the resumption of this administration, they played just here to the yearning and aspiration of Nigeria, the suffering of Nigeria. And again, issue of fuel. You know that fuel, we have a monopoly economy in Nigeria where all of our mind is on the fuel. Let them reduce the cost of fuel to the very minimum. Oracle, do you know what they call the price regulatory agency, something like that? It's a parasitic of federal government that can go out to monitor the price of goods and services. Why is it that this parasitic is not working? Or this agency is not working? Why are they not working? To control price. When I was too tender, I know that and even during the military era, this agency go to market to ensure that they control the price of commodity. You will buy particular commodity today at 10 naira. Tomorrow is 20 naira. Next tomorrow is 14 naira. Where is the role of this agency? This agency should lose them. If they have to change them,
thank you, Akanto.
Let them go to the market and control it. Thank you, and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much. I must move on now. Daniel calls from Transamadi. Good morning, Daniel.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Direct your question. The date is tomorrow. If I am the president, this morning I must have addressed Nigerians.
Okay.
Simple promise. Subsidy is gone, is why we are here. Then the said statement would have been subsidy is back. But maybe for 1 month, I can be able to fix refineries.
Okay.
Leadership is about communication. Leadership is about talking to the people you're leading. Leadership is not about being in the house of one minister will come and say this or that. Of course, yes, minister have to speak. But these are critical times. As a leader, you need to speak to the people you're governing. Because if by tomorrow morning, people can go to filling station and buy fuel for 400, and believe me, it will discourage a lot of protests. First speech. Second speech, apologize to Nigerians over some of the people that in government that are making society statements. Those statements is not favoring your government. For example, a leader in Port Harcourt is threatening people. You must address that. And when you address some of these things, people will believe in your leadership. I don't need to support you or to vote you for me to support you. Your body language, your statement, your motivation as a leader will make me to begin to like you. Even maybe during the time of election, I do not like you. But this our leader have this tyranny, even though Nigeria wants to burn down, they don't want to speak to anybody. They just want to send their minister to come and speak. Ministers are not the president. Ministers are not the one that are we elected. These people are appointed. If you address this issue, just your statement, your word alone can make people not to go out tomorrow. Okay. The action you take now can make people not to go out tomorrow, because when you talk about electricity, that is a long project. You can say, okay, from now to tomorrow morning, fuel, subsidy back, buy fuel for 400 naira, they give you fuel for 400 naira. 2 months after, we'll have local refinery producing fuel, and this problem will solve. You can't be giving all this artificial rice, 50,000. What would that solve?
All right.
Well, 50,000 solve a bag of rice. Even this bag of rice, I call it audio bag of rice. In the page of the that is where we end.
All right. Thank you so very much, Daniel. Well, you have said a lot, and I'm going to be going through those strategies, those contributions shortly. But I have comments on different platforms which need to be taken. Bestman Martin says, so they have this rice since, because of the protest, they are now selling for 40,000 naira. And Chikodo Destiny on Facebook still says, does the federal government have where they sell this rice? But the minister said centers will be set up across the country, and people are still waiting. Daniel Okuku says it's just a short-time strategy to quench the anger of the youths, not to protest. And it's proven that we have a known cabal in this system. It's proven. Interesting. It's time the president applies a theory of face revolution. Dokubo Bokolo says the federal government now selling rice at 40,000 per bag, while fuel price goes up to 1,000. It's well. Augustus Osadebe is asking, will the rice continue to be sold at this value after now? Neither you nor I have the answers to those questions. Sam George. Okay, I think I've taken Sam's comment. Why making emphasis on rice alone? Fuel and diesel is nothing to write home about. Beg, we're getting ready for the protest, he says. That's from Obina Okbara. Emmanuel Emrek says, fuel scarcity, share rice. Flood, share rice. Insecurity, share rice. Inflation, share rice. Unemployment, share rice. High cost of food prices, share rice. And it says, protest, share rice. That's interesting. Let's go to WhatsApp. I believe I have comments on those, on that platform. Ibiso says, good morning. To me and my own opinion, the federal government should fix our refinery, go on massive mechanized farming, call all 36 state governors to go on mechanized farming, fix our rail sector. So this food will pass through the rail. Oh, rail, okay. And improve our security sector, good roads, improve electricity sector. I think by doing this, the masses will not feel the pain again that they are feeling right now. Let me see. I have a lot of comments here on WhatsApp. I don't really know who's giving the federal government this advice. The problem of Nigeria is not rice and how long they will continue like this. The FG should know that this issue on ground is far beyond buying rice for 40,000 naira. The main aim of the protest is to end bad governance in Nigeria. So Nigeria should be comfortable for me as a Nigerian and also to other citizens and visitors. That's from Augustine Aaron. Now, I want to believe that our government is the listening government at different levels. And the question this morning is, what does the government need to do to dissuade Nigerians from protesting? So these are your responses for those who called. Leighton Barry said, fix the refinery, look into the devaluation of our currency, and fix electricity. Specific strategies that he believes will end the protest. JJ says, return to the subsidy regime and manage it well. Emeka says, reduce the price of fuel. Matthew says, reduce the price of fuel and fix electricity. Woshi also talked about reducing the price of fuel, but he gave a figure. It says to 300 or 400 naira. Daniel says he will address Nigerians this morning if he were the president and bring back the subsidy. He will apologize to Nigerians about the unguarded statements of leaders at different levels. These are your thoughts and opinions, and you believe if the federal government, the presidency, and indeed the president implements these strategies, then and only then will Nigerians refuse to protest. Good morning, Mr. Sam. It's unfortunate that the government doesn't have any plan to revive the downtrodden economy. How long can the government sustain this rich for Nigerians to buy? What are modalities that the rich will not be hijacked by those close to them? I think you mean rice. Yes. Our demands are simple. Make refineries work. 2, reduce school fees. 3, reduce cost of governance. 4, industrialize the economy and stop exporting our crude so we can export our petrol. I think I'll be able to squeeze in just one call and wrap up the conversation. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, what's your name?
My name is Charles, calling from Ghana.
All right, Charles, you have a minute. Please go ahead.
Okay, I think the federal government needs to release some powers. And secondly, we'll keep on focusing on the federal government. By now, I'm thinking Tuba should be rolling out tractors for mechanized farming in Rivers State.
Okay.
No matter how we see it, reduce fuel to 100 naira and thereabouts, we still expect the food to come from the north. We have tomatoes, pepper, this thing, rice, and the rest of the thing can be harvested in Rivers State. The governor should take it upon himself to make sure that this agriculture in Rivers State helps his people. And we should stop looking at the federal government or the north to bring food for us to eat here. Things we are supposed to be doing, we keep on waiting for the federal government. Not that Tinubu is doing well, but the governor should stand up when it comes to agriculture. We can't be folding our hands, wasting millions of naira for 2027 election and the rest of the thing.
Okay.
Why people are dying in hungry.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, I'm officially out of time. Regardless of what plays out tomorrow, please remember that your right is to peaceful assembly, not violent protest. Do with that information whatever you will. Thank you for being a part of the Morning Crossfire. We woke up this morning to the sad news of the passing of Onyeka Onwenu. Jude comes up next with Hello Port Harcourt.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info. We'll be back.